Hi guys, welcome to another Barb Stamps video. I'm super excited today to share with you my October online class, which uses the Artistically inked bundle and some other fun goodies. I've got a card that I'm going to make for you as we get into the video here, but I want to let you know a little bit about the class. The class itself uses this bundle. The online only version is $25. If you want the cardstock and supply kit that I'm going to show you in a minute, it's $45. Or you can get what I call the whole shebang for $132. So the whole shebang is the Artistically inked bundle, which is the stamp set and the set of dies. It also includes the Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper, this gorgeous stuff, gold foil sheets, the Plenty of Patterns decorative masks, the blending brushes. There's actually 3. I took one out to use it for something else. The pack of the ink color jewels and the pale papaya ribbon. So if you order the whole shebang, you'll get all this stuff plus the cardstock kit to make all the cards. Now, I also will send you a PDF file that has the instructions, pictures, and links to all the videos for all the projects in the class. The projects that we're going to have in the class, there's 9 cards. And then there is a gorgeous gift bag that you can gift all of that stuff in as a beautiful Christmas gift to a person of your choice. This is the cardstock kit right here. It includes all the cardstock pieces and then, of course, the envelopes. And if you order the whole shebang, this is what you will get in the mail from me. If you already have all those products and all you need is the cardstock / supply kit, you can get that for $45, which is the kit plus the envelopes, plus half a pack of the gold foil sheets. I'm going to turn those over because the glare is pretty good. The in color jewels and a half a roll of the pale papaya ribbon. So you choose your pleasure. The whole shebang for $132, the cardstock supply kit for $45, or the online only for $25. And of course, the whole shebang does include the cardstock kit. The links to purchase all that stuff's in the description of the video, and I appreciate your support of my small business very much. So this is the card that I'm going to make for you in today's video. And I have a little special bonus for you. If you purchase my Artistically inked, if you purchase either of these, the whole shebang or the cardstock supply kit, between now and November 15th, I will send you a kit to make this card also. So you will get an extra little package in your kit with all the supplies that you need to create this card right here. So let me get the supplies for the card and we will make it. My adhesive kit that you can add on to any one of my classes for $40, or you can buy it by itself for $45. They all come in a little bag, various colors. You get dimensionals and tear and tape and a seal and glue dots and a liquid glue. Plus you get a ruler, a sand eraser, and an adhesive eraser. So you get all those goodies in a cute bag. Who wouldn't want that cute bag? And then lastly, I'm going to talk about Stamp Happy Academy because it's amazing. And there are a lot of you guys that are already members of Stamp Happy Academy, so you know how amazing it is. I have both done our live classes for the month, and we had some amazing layouts. A lot of you guys have already commented about how much fun they were. That's part of the premium membership. The basic membership is all of the PDF files for all those classes, plus every class we've done all year is housed on Stamp Happy Academy. And for the basic membership of $19.95, you get access to every single one of those. There's like 40 classes in there right now. So that in and of itself is a great deal. And then you can add the premium for an extra $15, or you can just have the live only for $20. So stamphappyacademy.ning.com is the website. And so I just talked about the Artistically inked bundle. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I'm going to bring in those masks that we are also featuring in our online class for the month. And I'm going to use this mask right here. I've got some cardstock pieces here. And then I left all my dies over at my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but not a big deal. We're going to talk about what we're using. I don't usually ever die cut anything on camera anyway, because my machine is clear on the other side of my room. So I try to have everything that I need die cut prepared before I even go live. So there you go. And so I'm going to use our Whisper, or I don't even know if it's called Whisper White anymore, our White Craft Stampin' Pad. This is old. I've had it for a long time. When you purchase it now, it comes with the pad and the refill. And so that's what I'm going to be using. And when I use my pad, I don't use it all the time. And so I only ink up a little section of it. when I'm going to use it, because normally I don't ever use a stamp that needs to have the entire pad on it. So I just ink up a little space. I just add a little ink to that spot, and then I use it, and then I put it back, and then it just, because it can dry out just a little bit. So I figure I don't need to put ink on the entire pad. I'll never use the whole pad. So that's that. All right, I'm also using Pear Pizzazz and Misty Moonlight. I need a piece of scratch paper. So I like to use our 6x6 Stamparatus papers for my scratch paper, because they're just the perfect little size. They have these grids on them, which is very handy sometimes. And so I just think it's great. Okay, so I am going to take a tiny bit of adhesive and add it to this layer of crumb cake. And what does this even measure? This measures 1, 2, 3, 4.5 by 3 1/4. And so I'm just going to line this up on one of these lines here. That just makes it a little easier. And then I'm going to take my mask and I'm going to attach my mask. I'm going to tape it down. So I'm just going to put it so it's right at the top of the cardstock layer. Just like that. And I'm going to actually just bring in some Scotch tape. And now I'm not interfering with where I'm going to put the ink, but I am taping this down. Okay, there we go. All right, so I have got my pad and it's already inked for the most part. I've got my re-inker if I need it. I've got my little sponge dauber. I keep it in a container. This is actually an old Stamp and Emboss powder container that I keep it in. I just feel like it might dry out if I don't. It probably won't, but you know, I'm a little bit anal, as they say, and so that's why I do that. I also need a block. Okay, so I'm going to start out by just tapping my sponge dauber into the ink, but I'm going to tap some of it off onto this block. As you can see how much is on there. I don't want it to be like a crazy amount that's going to maybe blob up and get underneath my mask here. Okay, and so I'm just using my white and I'm just tapping it, pouncing it on my dauber. You could use probably a blending brush with this, but I already have this dauber with ink on it, and I figure most of you guys have sponge daubers, and so you could easily copy this. All right, so we'll just pick up a little more ink. And so what's kind of nice about this, using this block, is I'm not that wasting ink is a big deal, but I'm not having to use, you know, a ton of ink. I just tapped this into my pad like one time, and I got all this ink on it. And now I'm just using it up. And this doesn't really take that long. And I have found that if you try to like rub it or twist it, you'll just tear up your dauber. So that's why I'm pouncing it rather than rubbing it. So I feel like maybe a blending brush might be better in that instance, because you could probably rub it throughout the mask. But it is what it is, and that's not what I'm doing. So now I am just going to lift up on the tape where I have all this tape. I'm going to remove that, and we'll remove this, and then look at that cool background that we have just created using this mask. So we are done with the ink now, so I can put my dauber back in its little special jar. Okay, there we have it, and then I'll just kind of twist this a little bit to get that off there, because I didn't put a ton of adhesive, just a little bit. And I have found that if you just squirt some of our Stampin' Mist onto this block, it will kind of dissolve the ink, and then you can just run it under the faucet and the ink will just go away. So another little tip for you. I'm going to get that out of the way so I don't stick my fingers in it. And the same thing with this. If I spray Stampin' Mist on this and I just run it under the water and just kind of use my fingers to gently get that off, the Stampin' Mist kind of acts like a soap, and then all the ink will just go away. So pretty easy technique to do. Okay, so we have this fun border. So you can, of course, this is crafting, so it is going to take a little longer to dry completely. So I'm going to be a little bit careful not to rub it while it's drying, but it will dry and it will be just fine. So I'm going to end up adding this to this layer of Misty Moonlight. So this, I told you, was 4.5 by 3 1/4. So this is 4 5/8 by 3 3/8. So I'm going to go ahead and just add my adhesive to this layer, and then I will add that one. We're just going to have the tiniest bit of a border sticking out here. all the way around, like, I don't know, 1/16 of an inch or so, something like that. Okay, and I'm going to flip it over and press it from the back so I don't end up rubbing that and just displacing any of my ink. Okay, so now I need some scraps of white that I forgot to get out of my drawer, but it's right here next to me, literally right there, about a foot. So it's pretty handy. I'm just trying to find the right size because I need to stamp a few things on here. And this one I think is too skinny. So anyway, so out of the stamp set, I'm going to use the Happy Birthday sentiment. I'm also going to use this medium-sized flower and then this leaf image right here. And then for the dies, I have taken the dies, the big leafy detailed die I cut out of Pear Pizzazz and out of silver foil. We have those 3 different colors of silver foil in the holiday catalog, so I chose the brightest silvery one and did the same thing. So let me stamp a few things here. Okay, so here is my large flower. So I'm going to ink this up with the Misty Moonlight. I'm going to stamp it once. I'm not going to re-ink it. I'm going to huff on it to re-moisten the ink, and I'm going to stamp it again. So that way I have kind of a two-tone flower going on there. Then I'm going to bring in my Pear Pizzazz and this leaf image here. And I think I can get it on this piece here. Yes, I can. And I think I only needed one, if even one. I wasn't sure, and you guys that know me know that I do this a lot. I don't completely finish my card before I go live. I just kind of get an idea of what I want to do with it. And then when I'm live, then I decide what I'm going to do, and sometimes I ask you guys to help me. So we may have to do that today. All right, let's see if we've got any comments here that I need to take care of. Nope, everything looks good. Everyone's enjoying themselves, I hope, right now. So yay. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing the video, that would be really awesome. I would appreciate that very much, and maybe giving it a thumbs up because YouTube really likes that kind of stuff. So I would technically go over to my big shot. Gosh, we haven't had a big shot forever. Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Get rid of those. And then I would come back and I would have a lot of stuff done. So I did cut some extras because I didn't know if I might want to stick them inside the card. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I also did stamp this little trio of flowers and cut that out. I've got an extra leaf in case I need it, because like I said, I never know what I want to do half the time. And then some of these leaves, I've gone ahead and cut them apart and then taped them together so that they're just, they look like they're a little leaf duo. And then here's some of those silver ones, and here's the big green one. So now what I have to do is I have to figure out how I want to do this with my sentiment. So I'm going to bring in the Happy Birthday sentiment here and my Misty Moonlight ink, and I'm going to stamp that onto my 1/2 inch strip of white. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to cut this end off fairly straight, and then this end I'm going to flag. And if you have the, well, where is it? I think it's pretty close. The Banner's Pick-a-Punch, you can slide this in because it's should be about 1/2 inch. Actually, it might be a little bit too big. I'm going to have to get it so that it's even. That worked out pretty good. Okay, so I have my sentiment. So my sentiment's going to go about like that. And then I have to somehow get my flowers on here without completely covering up the sentiment. We absolutely don't want to cover that up because then people can't read it. But I do want to add some leaves. So since those are already kind of taped together, they'll slide under there really nicely. And this one can maybe go here. And like I said, I do have these silver ones. I don't know if they're going to look good or not. You guys may hate them. I may hate them. Who knows? We may love them. So there's a silver. If we tuck that in there like that, that might be too much. We'll see. Oh, and maybe we can just add one here to come out. Maybe. Maybe not. Like I said, we might think it stinks. I'm absolutely open to voting. If you guys want to say yes or no for the silver, go right ahead. It will not hurt my feelings if you think it stinks. That's totally fine. That's why I have you guys help me. But we are using Misty Moonlight, and I am using this twine out of the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. Okay, so we have one person that says they like the silver so far, so we'll kind of wait and see. So I am using this twine. You get these 3 different ribbons in this package, which is really fun. And so I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight white and silver twine, and I am going to stick it like somewhere here on the edge. So that's why I kind of brought in the silver, because there's silver in my twine. And so I wasn't exactly sure, you know, what I wanted to do. And maybe I need to space my flowers out a little bit differently, you know. Let's see. I think most of you guys are saying yes for the silver. Okay, well, there you go. We will use silver then. Maybe I need to pull this down. Well, maybe I need to pull it up. Maybe I need to push it up a little bit. And then we can maybe figure out how to finagle some of these things so they don't look so weird. Maybe we need to push them in a little farther so they're not quite as big as the green ones, but yet they're there. And maybe we just don't need that one at all. Maybe we don't need a leaf there. And maybe we should just bring this back. Okay, that's how my thought process is working. I think I like this. So I'm just going to kind of pick this up and I'm going to go with this. And what I might end up doing here, you guys, is I might just use some Scotch tape and tape these pieces to the back of this flower, because that's what I can do if I want. Okay, so that one's kind of done. This one here, I think we're also going to do it with the silver, but I think we're going to push it up a little bit. And I think I might do the exact same thing and just tape this down. Well, I may have to tape the silver one down first and then bring in the green. I know it's kind of a cheater's way, isn't it, to use the Scotch tape, but it's a good way to make sure that everything is where I want it to be easily. Okay, I see some comments coming in. And Bonnie, I'm not completely creating on the fly. I know it seems like that, but I did kind of already have the card in mind. Mostly, I just didn't know about the leaves and everything. So that's why I like talking to you guys. I like you guys to help me, because you kind of either, you know, corroborate what I think is good, or you go, no, Barb, no, you should not do that. And I appreciate that. So, okay. So we can have this stick off the card just a tad, because this is a little bit smaller than the main layer. All right, so I think we're going to go maybe like that, if that is, and then maybe we can bring this one in. And I think a dimensional is in order here, or 2 for this one. Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are appreciating and liking the silver, because I kind of did too. All right, so if we do that, then maybe we can just kind of add that little bow kind of right there on the side with a glue dot. Where are you? Oh, they're back here. Need a glue dot. And now the glue dot is way too big. And so I'm going to roll it into like a tube. I'm going to roll it up so that it's a lot skinnier than it was. And I'm going to add this to the back of my knot. Okay. And then, like I said, I'm just going to attach it right there. That's fun. Okay. Yay, I like that. And then I have a crumb cake card base that I'm going to bring in, and I think I'm going to go ahead and, ooh, you know what though? I wonder, does that base need something? No, I think we're going to leave all the fun on the main layer here. So we're going to go ahead and use the dimensionals and put 5, because I like to cover up or have one in the middle, because I don't like my middles to sag. My contraband scissors, the scissors that Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell anymore, but that I love and I'm going to continue using because they're awesome. They're like those beautiful fabric scissors that your mom used to have when you were a kid and she would make your clothes, and you would go into her room and you would like be eyeballing the scissors, and she knew you were eyeballing them, and she would say, without even looking, because mothers have eyes in the back of their head, "Don't touch my scissors." and then you would leave because you're like, oh my gosh, how does she know that? She's psychic. Yeah, not psycho, psychic. Okay, anyway, so I also wanted to stick a flower on the inside. That's why I cut some extras, because I thought it might be kind of fun if we threw maybe the lighter one on the inside. And maybe, ooh, why don't we just use this? Why don't we just do that? And that's all we need to do. So we have a little bit of fun on the inside when the card is opened. Whoops, that did not come off very well. There. Cute. So yes, it actually came out basically like I had in my mind. So this is another card now you guys can use with make with your Artistically inked stamp set. And then if you get the masks, you can do this. Masks are fun. Masks are really fun. I think they were kind of designed for our embossing paste, but I find that I use the masks way more often without embossing paste, like with just ink. I find them really fun to use with ink, and the cleanup with them is so simple. You literally just run them under the faucet and they're clean. So I really like that. Okay. So I didn't have any embellishments on here because I kind of thought the silver and all that was kind of good, but I did. No, stop, Barb. Stop. Just stop. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. That really helps me with my small business. You can subscribe right down here in the corner. Of course, then you'll want to hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload new videos. And again, the description box houses all of the links to purchase the class. And remember your bonus pack if you purchase this kit from me by November 15th. Thank you so much and have a fabulous day.